Chosen ones, God said you need to hear this now, before the moment arrives, because a divine shift is coming your way, and it's about to change everything you thought you knew about your life. This isn't just another message. This is a wake-up call from the Creator himself, a signal that you're standing on the edge of something extraordinary. Your spirit already feels it, the pull, the whisper, the spark of something bigger. You're not here by chance. You're here because God has a plan, and it's unfolding faster than you can imagine. Right now, pause for a second, hit that like button, and type 777 inches the comments. That number carries the energy of divine alignment, a sign to the universe that you're ready for what's coming. Stay with me, because if you're truly chosen, you'll feel this message burning in your soul. God's voice is speaking directly to you today. Chosen one. He sees you, the one who's walked through fire, faced storms, and still stands tall. You've carried burdens that would have broken others. You've held on to faith when the world told you to give up. And now, God says it's time to prepare. Something massive is about to break open in your life. A breakthrough so powerful, it will rewrite your story. This isn't about small changes. This is about a complete transformation, where every struggle you've faced becomes the foundation for your victory. Picture a dam holding back a flood. That's your life right now. The pressure's been building every trial, every tear, every moment you thought you couldn't go on. But God says the dam is about to burst. The blessings, the opportunities, the miracles you've been praying for are ready to pour out. You're not just going to survive, you're going to thrive in ways that make the world stop and stare. Your life is about to become a testament to His power. Don't move yet. Type 777 inches the comments if you feel this truth stirring in your heart. It's your declaration that you're ready for the floodgates to open. And if you want to walk this path with thousands of other chosen ones, hit that subscribe button. Let's stand together in this divine moment. God's message to you is clear. The season of waiting is over. You've been planting seeds in the dark, trusting without seeing, believing without proof. Now, the harvest is coming. Think of a farmer who's toiled for months, turning soil under a scorching sun. He doesn't see the crop yet, but he knows it's coming. That's you, chosen one. Every prayer, every act of faith, every moment you chose hope over despair, those were seeds. And God says, the ground is about to break open with abundance. This isn't just about money or success, though those are coming too. It's about a richness that fills every part of you, your spirit, your relationships, your purpose. You're about to step into a life where lack is a distant memory, where fear no longer holds you, where your presence alone shifts the atmosphere around you. God's plan for you is bigger than your biggest dream, and it's closer than you think. Let me tell you something real. The world doesn't understand people like you. They see your struggles and think you're down for the count. They see your quiet faith and mistake it for weakness. But God sees the warrior He created. He sees the fire in your soul that no storm could extinguish. And He's saying, get ready, because I'm about to show the world who you really are. Your life is about to become a living proof of His promises. Think of David, standing before Goliath with nothing but a sling and a stone. The world laughed. The giant mocked. But God had already declared the victory. That's you right now, chosen one. The giants in your life, doubt, debt, fear, rejection, are about to fall. Not because of your strength, but because God's hand is on you. He's been preparing you for this moment, sharpening you in the shadows so you can shine in the light. If this is hitting your spirit, type 777 inches the comments. Let the heavens know you're claiming this victory. Stay locked in, because God's not done speaking. You might be wondering, why me? Why now? God's answer is simple. Because you're His. You were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out, to carry a light that pierces the darkness. The trials you faced weren't random. They were training. Every time you got back up, you were building a strength the world can't touch. Every time you chose faith over fear, you were aligning with God's purpose. Now, imagine a key turning in a lock. That's what's happening in your life. Doors that were sealed shut are opening. Opportunities you never imagined are walking toward you. People who are meant to lift you up are being drawn into your path. God says you need to hear this now, because the shift is already in motion. You can't see the full picture yet, but trust this. Every step you've taken has led you to this moment. Your life is like a book, and you're about to turn the page to a new chapter. The old pages full of pain, struggle, and uncertainty are behind you. The new chapter is written with promise, purpose, and power. God's pen is moving, and He's crafting a story that will leave jaws dropped. You're not just a character in this story. You're the hero He's chosen to show His glory. Don't let doubt creep in. The enemy will try to whisper lies, telling you this is too good to be true. But God's promises are stronger than any lie. He's not a God of maybe or someday. He's a God of now and forever. What He's spoken over your life is already done in the spiritual realm. Your job is to walk it out in faith, to claim it with every step you take. Type 777 one more time in the comments if you're ready to walk through those open doors. And if you're feeling called to join a community of chosen ones, standing in faith, hit that subscribe button. Let's walk this journey together. God's message isn't just about what's coming, it's about who you're becoming. You're not the same person you were a year ago, a month ago, even a day ago. Every trial has refined you. Every prayer has strengthened you. You're stepping into a version of yourself that radiates His power. People will look at you and see something different, something unshakable, something divine. Think of a caterpillar in a cocoon. It doesn't know what's happening, but it's being transformed. That's you, chosen one. The cocoon of your struggles is breaking open, and you're about to spread wings you didn't know you had. You're not just going to walk into your destiny, you're going to soar. God's got plans for you that will take your breath away, and they're unfolding right now. This transformation isn't just for you, it's for everyone around you. Your family, your friends, even strangers. They're going to feel the ripple effect of God's work in your life. Your breakthrough will inspire others to believe. Your victory will show them what's possible when you trust in His plan. You're not just carrying a blessing, you're carrying a legacy. Stay with me, because God's not done. He's saying you need to hear this before it happens, so you're not caught off guard when the blessings flood in. You're about to step into a season where everything aligns: your finances, your health, your relationships. It's not a dream, it's a promise. And God doesn't break His promises. Your life is like a puzzle, and God's been placing the pieces together all along. Every moment of pain had a purpose. Every closed door was guiding you to the right one. Now, the picture is coming into focus. You're about to see why you had to go through what you did. The struggles weren't meant to break you. They were meant to build you into someone who can carry that weight of God's glory. Imagine standing on a mountaintop, looking down at the path you've climbed. The rocks, the steep slopes, the moments you thought you'd fall, they all led you here. From this height, you can see the beauty of God's plan. The view is clear, and it's breathtaking. That's where you're headed, chosen one. not to a valley of struggle, but to a peak of victory. The world might try to pull you back, to remind you of your past, your mistakes, your limits. But God says those don't define you. Your future does. He's calling you to let go of the old story and step into the new one. He's writing, the past is gone, the future is yours, and it's brighter than you can imagine. God's timing is perfect, and He's saying now is your time. The shift is happening, the doors are opening, the blessings are coming. You're not just ready, you were born for this. Every step you've taken, every prayer you've whispered, has prepared you for what's next. You're about to walk into a season of overflow, where God's goodness chases you down. Picture a river, steady and strong, carving its way through stone. That's the kind of blessing God's releasing into your life, unstoppable, powerful, cutting through every obstacle. You don't have to chase it, it's coming to you. All you need to do is stand in faith, ready to receive what's already yours. Others might not see it yet. They might doubt, question, or even laugh. But let them. Their doubt can't stop God's plan. Your life is about to become a living testimony, a proof that His promises are real. People will look at you and see His hand at work. They'll see the glow, the peace, the strength that only comes from walking with Him. God saying, you need to hear this now because the shift is already in motion. You're not waiting for a miracle, you're living in one. Every day, every moment is bringing you closer to the fullness of His plan. You're not just chosen, you're anointed. You're not just surviving, you're shining. Think of Esther, a woman who seemed ordinary, yet God placed her in a palace for a divine purpose. She didn't seek the crown, but it found her. That's you, chosen one. You might not have sought this moment, but it's here. God's placed you exactly where you need to be, and He's about to show you why. Your life is a canvas, and God's the artist. Every stroke, every color, every detail has been intentional. The picture might not make sense yet, but it will. When it's complete, you'll see a masterpiece, one that reflects His glory and your purpose. Trust the process. Trust the artist. The enemy might try to throw distractions your way, fear, confusion, or doubt. But God's voice is louder. His promise is stronger. He's saying, I've got you. I've always had you. Every step you take now is a step toward the life He's prepared. A life of abundance, purpose, and unshakable peace. Imagine a seed buried in the dark, pushing through the soil toward the light. That's been your journey. The darkness wasn't your end. It was your beginning. Now, you're breaking through, reaching for the sun. God's light is pulling you upward, and nothing can hold you back. You're not just hearing this message, you're living it. Every word is a confirmation of what God's already doing in your life. The shift is real. The change is now. You're stepping into a season where miracles aren't just possible, they're inevitable. God's got something so big planned for you, it'll take your breath away. Your faith has carried you this far, and it's about to carry you further. Think of Noah, building an ark when no one saw rain. The world mocked, but he trusted. And when the floods came, he was ready. That's you, chosen one. You've been building your ark, trusting God's voice. The flood of blessings is coming, and you're ready. God's message to you is urgent, because the time is now. You're not preparing for the future, you're stepping into it. The doors are swinging open, the path is clear. The blessings are yours. All you need to do is walk forward, knowing He's already gone before you. Your life is about to become a beacon, chosen one. People will see you and know there's a God who keeps His promises. Your story will inspire faith, spark hope, and prove that nothing is impossible with him. You're not just living for yourself, you're living for his glory. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm in a storm, guiding ships to safety. That's you. Your light will guide others, even when the waves crash and the winds howl. God's placed that light in you, and it's about to shine brighter than ever. The world needs your glow, chosen one. Every challenge you've faced has been a setup for this moment. God's been shaping you, refining you, preparing you to carry his purpose. You're not just ready, you're chosen. You're not just strong, you're unstoppable. The shift is here, and it's yours to claim. Picture a phoenix rising from ashes. That's your story. The fire didn't destroy you, it forged you. Now you're rising, wings spread, ready to soar into the life God's designed. The ashes are behind you. The sky is yours. Fly, chosen one. God's saying you need to hear this before it happens, so you can stand firm when it does. The blessings are coming fast, faster than you expect. Your job is to stay rooted in faith, to trust his timing, to know that every promise he's made is already yours. You're not chasing a dream, you're living a destiny. Your life is like a symphony, and God's the conductor. Every note, every pause, every crescendo has been planned. The music is building now, chosen one. The world's about to hear the masterpiece he's created through you. Get ready to take center stage. The enemy thought he could stop you, but he forgot who's writing your story. God's pen is mightier than any weapon. Every plot twist, every challenge was part of his plan to bring you to this moment. You're not just surviving, you're shining, and the world's about to see it. Imagine a riverbed, dry for years, suddenly filled with rushing water. That's your life right now. The drought is over. The flow is here. God's pouring out blessings that will overflow, touching every part of your world. Step into the current, chosen one. Let it carry you. God's message is clear. You're not ordinary. You never were. You're a vessel for his power, a carrier of his light. The shift happening in your life isn't just for you, it's for everyone who'll see his glory through you. You're about to become a living testimony. Your heart might be racing, feeling the weight of this moment. That's God stirring you, waking you up to the truth of who you are. You're not just chosen, you're anointed. You're not just alive, you're a force. The world's about to see what God's been building in you. Think of Moses, standing before the Red Sea, staff in hand. The impossible was before him, but God was behind him. That's you, chosen one. The sea is parting, the path is opening. Step forward in faith, and watch God make a way where there was none. This is your moment. God's saying, you need to hear this now, because the shift is happening. The blessings are coming. The doors are opening. You're not just ready, you were born for this. Walk boldly, chosen one. Your destiny is calling, and it's time to answer. God's voice is still ringing in your ears, chosen one, telling you to listen now, because the shift in your life is moving like a tidal wave, unstoppable and fierce. You're not just standing on the edge of change, you're in the middle of it. The ground beneath you is trembling with the weight of his promises, ready to break open and reveal what's been hidden for you all along. This is no ordinary moment. This is divine alignment, where every piece of your journey clicks into place. Picture a clock striking midnight. The hands align, and a new day begins. That's where you are right now. The old day full of struggle, doubt, and waiting is gone. A new day is dawning, filled with light, purpose, and power. God's telling you to hear this before it happens, because he wants you ready when the clock strikes. Your life is about to move at his pace, and it's faster than you've ever known. You've been through seasons where you felt stuck, like you were walking in circles. Maybe you prayed and wondered if God heard you. Maybe you fought battles no one else saw. But every step, every cry, every moment of faith was building something inside you. God was forging a foundation strong enough to hold the blessings He's about to pour out. You weren't stuck, you were being prepared. Think of a sculptor chiseling stone. Each strike seemed painful. Each chip felt like loss. But the stone was never meant to stay rough. It was always destined to become a masterpiece. That's you, chosen one. Every hardship was a strike, shaping you into something breathtaking. God's hand is still at work, and the world's about to see the beauty He's carved in you. Your life is like a tapestry, woven with threads of struggle and triumph. From a distance, the pattern wasn't clear. Up close, it's stunning. Every thread, every tear, every victory was placed with purpose. God's saying you need to hear this now because the tapestry is almost complete. You're about to step back and see the full picture, and it will leave you in awe. The enemy tried to tear you down, whispering that your struggles defined you. But God says otherwise. Your struggles were never your identity. They were your training ground. You've been in the wilderness, learning to trust His voice. Now, you're stepping into the promised land, where every lesson becomes a weapon and every wound becomes a wisdom. Imagine a soldier, battle-scarred but standing tall. The war didn't break them, it made them. That's you. The battles you fought have given you a strength the world can't touch. God's telling you to listen because the war is over and the victory is yours. You're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror, ready to claim what He's prepared. Your faith has been like a spark in the dark, small but fierce, lighting the way through the toughest nights. Now, God's about to turn that spark into a blaze. Your life is about to light up in ways that make others stop and stare, not because of what you've done, but because of what He's doing through you. The glow is coming, chosen one, and it's unstoppable. Picture a sunrise breaking over the horizon. The first rays are soft, but they grow stronger, pushing back the dark. That's your life right now. The dawn is here, and the light is spreading. God's saying you need to hear this before it happens, because the full sunrise is coming, and it's going to change everything. Your world is about to be bathed in His glory. You've carried dreams that felt too big, hopes that seemed out of reach. Maybe you tucked them away, thinking they were impossible. But God says those dreams weren't yours alone. He planted them, they're seeds of His purpose, and they're about to bloom. What you thought was too big is just the beginning of what He's planned. Think of a ship sailing through a storm. The waves crashed, the winds howled, but the captain never wavered. That's you, chosen one. You've steered through storms no one else could handle, and now the skies are clearing. God's guiding you to calm waters, where the journey isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Your life is like a garden, tended by God's hand. The weeds of doubt and fear have been pulled. The soil of your heart has been turned. Now, the harvest is coming, and it's more abundant than you can imagine. Every seed of faith you planted is about to spring up, filling your life with beauty and provision. God's telling you to listen now because the shift isn't just personal, it's generational. Your breakthrough isn't just for you. It's for your family, your community, everyone tied to your story. When you rise, you lift others with you. Your victory will spark hope in hearts you'll never meet, proving that God's promises are real. Imagine a single pebble dropped in a lake. The ripples spread far beyond the point of impact, touching shores you can't see. That's your life, chosen one. Your faith, your courage, your trust in God, they're sending ripples that will change lives. You're not just walking a path, you're paving one for others. The world might tell you to play small, to stay safe, to settle. But God says you were never meant for that. You were born to break molds, to defy limits, to shine so brightly the darkness flees. He's saying you need to hear this now, because the time for playing small is over. It's time to step into the fullness of who He created you to be. Picture a lion, caged for years, finally set free. The roar that echoes isn't just relief, it's power. That's you, chosen one. The cage of fear, doubt, and limitation is gone. God's opened the door, and your roar is about to shake the world. Step out and let them hear you. Your journey hasn't been easy, but it's been necessary. Every tear you shed watered the ground for this moment. Every prayer you spoke built the bridge you're crossing now. God's been with you every step, and He's saying you need to hear this because the bridge leads to a destiny bigger than you've dreamed. Think of a river cutting through a desert. Where there was dryness, life now flows. That's what God's doing in your life. The barren places, the areas of lack, pain, or loss, are about to overflow with His provision. You're not just getting by, you're about to overflow with abundance. You've felt moments of doubt, wondering if God's promises were for someone else. But He's saying, they're for you. Your name is written on them. Your life is the canvas for His miracles. The shift is coming, and it's tailored to you, every detail, every blessing, every open door. Imagine a key hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to pick it up. That's God's promise. It's been there all along, waiting for this moment. He's telling you to hear this now, because the key is in your hand. Turn it, chosen one. The door to your destiny is ready to open. Your life is like a song, each note building toward a crescendo. The quiet moments, the painful ones, the times of waiting, they were all part of the melody. Now, God's raising the volume. The world's about to hear the song He's written through you, and it's going to move them. The enemy thought he could silence you, but God's voice is louder. Every lie, every attack, every setback was a setup for your comeback. You're not just rising, you're soaring. God's saying you need to hear this because your wings are ready and the sky is waiting. Picture a seed breaking through concrete. It shouldn't be possible, but it happens. That's your faith, chosen one. It's cracked through the hardest moments, the toughest barriers. Now it's growing into something unstoppable, a tree that will bear fruit for generations. You've been in a season of preparation, but God says the stage is set. The spotlight is on you. The audience is waiting, not just the world, but the heavens. Your life is about to become a performance of His glory, a story that echoes beyond time. Every step you've taken has been guided, even when you couldn't see it. God's been leading you through valleys, up mountains, across deserts. Now, He's bringing you to a place of rest, where the view is clear and the blessings are endless. Trust Him, chosen one. You're almost there. Imagine a flame that grows brighter in the wind. The stronger the storm, the fiercer it burns. That's your spirit. The trials didn't dim you, they made you shine. God's saying you need to hear this now because your light is about to set the world ablaze. Your life is like a book, and the chapters of struggle are closing. The pages ahead are filled with victory, joy, and purpose. God's pen is moving, and He's writing a story that will leave the world speechless. Turn the page, chosen one. Your next chapter is here. The enemy tried to bury you, but God says you're a seed. What was meant to crush you only planted you deeper in His purpose. Now you're rising, stronger than ever, ready to bear fruit that changes everything. The harvest is coming, and it's yours. Picture a bridge spanning a raging river. You've been crossing it, step by step, through storms and uncertainty. God's saying you're almost to the other side, where the ground is solid and the view is breathtaking. Keep walking, chosen one. The promised land is close. Your faith has been your anchor, holding you steady when the waves crashed. Now, God's lifting the anchor, setting you free to sail into a new season. The waters are calm, the wind is at your back, and your destination is His promise fulfilled. You've been a warrior, fighting battles in the shadows. But God says the war is won. The victory lap is yours. He's telling you to hear this now because the crowd is cheering, and it's time to step into the light. Your triumph is about to shine for all to see. Imagine a puzzle with one final piece missing. You've been searching, waiting, trusting. God's holding that piece, and He's saying it's time to place it. When it clicks into place, the picture will be clear, a masterpiece of His design, with you at the center. Your life is like a flame in a lantern, glowing through the darkest nights. Now, God's lifting the lantern higher, letting your light shine further than you ever imagined. The world's about to see what He's been kindling in you all along. God's message is urgent because the shift is now. You're not waiting for a breakthrough, you're living it. Every step, every prayer, every act of faith has brought you to this moment. You're not just chosen, you're unstoppable. Keep moving, chosen one. Your destiny is calling. Chosen ones, God's voice is echoing through your soul, urging you to listen now, because a divine current is sweeping through your life, carrying you toward a destiny you can't yet fully see. This isn't a whisper of what might be, it's a declaration of what is. The Creator is moving, and He's moving for you. Every moment you've lived, every choice you've made, has been a thread in His plan, pulling you toward this exact point in time. Imagine a river carving a new path through stone. It doesn't rush, but it never stops. That's God's work in you, steady, relentless, shaping your life into something eternal. You've felt the pressure, the slow grind of waiting, but now the river is breaking through. The barriers are crumbling, and what's coming is a flow of blessings that will reshape everything around you. You've carried questions in your heart, wondering why the road has been so hard, why the nights felt so long, why the answers didn't come when you wanted. God's saying, you need to hear this now, because those questions weren't delays, they were divine preparation. Each one was a lesson, building a faith so strong, it can carry the weight of His promises. Picture a blacksmith forging a sword. Every strike, every spark, every dip in the fire was necessary to make it unbreakable. That's you, chosen one. The trials weren't punishment, they were the forge. You're emerging sharper, stronger, ready to cut through any obstacle. God's hand is on you, and the world's about to see what He's crafted. Your life is like a map, drawn by a divine hand. The paths you've walked, twisting, steep, sometimes dark, were never random. Each turn led you here, to a place where the map is unfolding. God's revealing the destination now, and it's a place of purpose, power, and provision. Trust the mapmaker, He's never lost His way. The enemy tried to make you doubt your worth, whispering that you're not enough. But God says you're His masterpiece, created for greatness. Every lie you've heard is crumbling under the truth of His word. You're not just enough, you're chosen, anointed, set apart for a purpose that shakes the heavens. Think of a star hidden behind clouds. The world couldn't see it, but it was always there, burning bright. That's your light, chosen one. The clouds are parting, and your radiance is about to shine through. God's saying, you need to hear this, because your light isn't just for you, it's for a world that's been waiting to see it. Your journey has been a climb, each step testing your strength. But every mountain you've scaled has given you a higher view, a clearer perspective. Now, you're standing at a peak, and God's showing you the horizon, It's vast, filled with possibilities you couldn't see from the valley. Step forward. The view is yours. Imagine a locked chest, buried deep, holding treasures beyond imagination. You've been searching, digging, trusting it's there. God's saying, the key is in your hand now, and the chest is opening. What's inside isn't just wealth or success, it's the fullness of His purpose for you, ready to pour out. You've felt moments where the weight of the world pressed down, where giving up seemed easier than going on. But God saw every moment you chose to keep moving. He's saying, you need to hear this because those moments weren't weakness, they were your strength being built. You're not fragile, you're forged. Picture a dam holding back an ocean. The cracks are forming, and the water's about to rush through. That's God's blessings in your life. The pressure you felt was the weight of His promises building. Now, the dam is breaking, and the flood of His goodness is coming. Stand ready, chosen one. It's yours to receive. Your faith has been like a single flame in a storm, refusing to go out. Every gust of doubt, every wave of fear, only made it burn brighter. God's fanning that flame now, turning it into a fire that lights up everything around you. Your life is about to become a beacon of His power. Think of a tree standing through a hurricane. Its roots go deep, anchoring it against the wind. That's you. Your roots are your faith, your trust, your refusal to give up. God's saying you need to hear this because the storm is passing and you're still standing, stronger than ever. Your life is like a symphony, each note played with purpose. The quiet moments, the loud ones, the dissonant chords, they were all part of the music. Now, God's bringing the melody together, and it's beautiful. The world's about to hear the song He's written through you. The enemy tried to convince you your story was over, that your struggles were the end. But God says, your story's just beginning. Every chapter so far was preparation for the one you're stepping into now, a chapter of victory, purpose, and unshakable joy. Turn the page, chosen one. Imagine a seed planted in rocky soil. It shouldn't grow, but it does. That's your spirit, pushing through the hardest moments, reaching for light. God's watering that seed now, and it's about to become a tree that bears fruit for generations. Your legacy is taking root. You've walked through moments where you felt alone, unseen, unheard, but God was always there, watching, guiding, lifting you up. He's saying you need to hear this because you were never alone. His presence has been your strength, and it's about to shine through you like never before. Picture a lighthouse on a jagged cliff, standing firm through crashing waves. Its light doesn't falter, no matter the storm. That's you, chosen one. Your light has held steady, and now it's guiding others to safety. God's amplifying that light, and the world's about to see it. Your heart has carried dreams that felt too heavy, too far away. But God says those dreams are His promises in disguise. He's telling you to hear this now because those dreams are waking up. They're not out of reach. They're within your grasp, ready to become reality. Think of a riverbed, dry and cracked, waiting for rain. The drought felt endless, but the clouds are gathering. God's about to send the rain, and your life is about to overflow with His provision. The dry season is over, chosen one. The flood is coming. You've faced moments where the world tried to dim your spirit, to make you feel small. But God says you're a giant in His eyes. Your strength, your faith, your heart, they're bigger than any challenge. He's saying you need to hear this because you're about to rise and show the world. Imagine a phoenix, wings still smoldering from the fire it rose from. That's your story. The flames didn't destroy you, they made you new. Now, you're ready to soar, carrying a fire that lights up the darkness. God saying it's time to spread those wings. Your life is like a canvas, and every stroke has been intentional. The dark colors, the bright ones, the moments that didn't make sense, they're all part of the picture. God's adding the final touches now, and the masterpiece is about to be revealed. Stand ready to see it. The enemy thought he could write your ending, but God's the author. Every twist, every turn was leading to this moment. He's saying you need to hear this because the climax is coming, and it's a victory that will echo through eternity. You're not just living, you're winning. Picture a bridge over a chasm, swaying in the wind. You've been crossing it, step by careful step. God's saying you're almost there, and the other side is solid ground. Keep walking, chosen one. The view from the other side will take your breath away. Your faith has been like a compass, guiding you through the darkest nights. Even when the path wasn't clear, you kept moving. Now, God's pointing you to the destination, and it's closer than you think. His voice is clear. You're on the right path, and it's leading to glory. Think of a warrior, battle-worn but unbroken, standing tall after the fight. That's you. The scars you carry are proof of your strength, not your weakness. God's saying you need to hear this because the battle's over, and the victory crown is yours. Wear it with pride. Your life is like a book, and the chapters of struggle are fading. The pages ahead are filled with promise, purpose, and power. God's turning the page now, and what's coming will leave you speechless. Step into the story He's writing. It's yours to live. The world might have tried to box you in, to limit what you believe is possible, but God says there are no limits to His plans for you. He's telling you to hear this now because the box is breaking, and your life is about to expand beyond anything you've imagined. Imagine a spark igniting a forest. One small flame becomes a blaze that changes everything. That's your influence, chosen one. Your faith, your courage, your light. They're about to set the world on fire. God's saying you're ready to ignite. You've walked through seasons of silence, wondering if God was listening. He was. Every prayer, every cry, every whispered hope, He heard them all. Now, He's answering, and the response is louder than you expected. Get ready, chosen one. His voice is about to thunder through your life. Picture a seed buried deep, pushing through layers of earth to reach the sun. That's been your journey, hard, unseen, but unstoppable. God's saying, you need to hear this, because you're breaking through now, and the light you're reaching for is His glory. Keep pushing. You're almost there. Chosen ones, God's voice is calling you to attention, urging you to hear this now, because a divine wind is blowing through your life, carrying promises that are about to land. This isn't a gentle breeze, it's a gale force, ready to sweep away every obstacle and plant you firmly in your purpose. You're standing at a crossroads where everything you've endured meets everything you're destined to become. Imagine a sailboat caught in still waters, waiting for the wind. You've been patient, trusting, holding fast through the calm. Now, God's sending the gust that will propel you forward. The sails are up, and the horizon is calling. His power is moving you toward a destination that will redefine your entire journey. You've carried moments of uncertainty, wondering if your faith was enough. Every time you chose to believe, to pray, to stand firm, you were laying bricks for a foundation that can't be shaken. God's saying you need to hear this because that foundation is ready to hold the weight of His blessings, bigger than you've ever dreamed. Picture a potter shaping clay on a wheel. Each spin, each touch, molds it into something new. That's you, chosen one. The pressures you've felt weren't random. They were God's hands, shaping you into a vessel for His glory. Now, the wheel is slowing. and the masterpiece is emerging, ready to be filled. Your life is like a mosaic, made of broken pieces that didn't seem to fit. Every shard, every heartbreak, every triumph was placed with purpose. God's revealing the pattern now, and it's stunning. He's saying you need to hear this because the mosaic is almost complete, and it's about to shine for the world to see. The enemy tried to make you believe your story was ordinary, that your struggles were the end, but God says you're extraordinary, written into His plan before time began. Every lie you've faced is fading in the light of His truth. You're not just living, you're fulfilling a divine script. Think of a runner at the starting line, muscles tense, heart pounding. The race hasn't been easy, but the finish line is in sight. That's you, chosen one. You've trained, you've pushed, you've endured. God's saying the gun is about to fire, and your victory lap is waiting. Run with all you've got. Your faith has been like a single candle in a dark room, steady and bright. It's lit the way when everything else faded. Now, God's turning that candle into a chandelier, filling your life with light that can't be ignored. The world's about to see what He's kindled in you. Imagine a locked gate, rusted and old, standing between you and your destiny. You've been knocking, waiting, trusting. God's saying, you need to hear this because He's handing you the key. The gate is swinging open, and what's on the other side is more than you've ever imagined. You've faced moments where the world tried to drown out your voice, to make you feel small, but God says, your voice is a trumpet, ready to sound His truth. Every quiet moment was preparation for the moment you speak, and the world listens. Get ready, chosen one. Your time to be heard is now. Picture a desert blooming after rain. What was barren is bursting with life. That's your life, chosen one. The dry seasons are over, and God's pouring out His provision. Flowers of promise are springing up, turning your wilderness into a garden of His glory. Your journey has been a climb up a jagged cliff, each step testing your grip, but every foothold, every push, brought you higher. God's saying you need to hear this because you're nearing the summit. The view from the top will show you why every struggle was worth it. Think of a shipwreck, lost beneath the waves, holding treasures no one could reach. You've been diving, searching, trusting. It's there. God's saying the treasure is yours, and He's bringing it to the surface. Your hands are about to hold what He's kept safe for you. Your life is like a melody, played on a single string for so long. Now, God's adding the harmony, the rhythm, the full orchestra. The song is building, and it's about to fill the heavens. He's saying you need to hear this because your music is ready to move the world. The enemy tried to chain you to your past, to make you believe your mistakes defined you. But God says your past is a stepping stone, not a prison. He's breaking the chains, and you're stepping into a future where every scar tells a story of His grace. Imagine a spark in dry grass, small but unstoppable. That's your spirit, chosen one. It's caught fire, and nothing can put it out. God's fanning the flames, and your life is about to blaze with purpose, lighting up everything around you. Stand ready to burn bright. You've walked through moments where the path felt unclear, where doubt tried to cloud your vision. But God was your guide, leading you through the fog. He's saying you need to hear this because the fog is lifting, and the path ahead is shining with His promise. Picture a bridge being built, stone by stone, across a raging river. You've been laying those stones, trusting they'd hold. God's saying the bridge is complete, and it's time to cross. The other side holds everything. He's prepared a life of purpose and peace. Your faith has been like a single thread, holding strong through every pull. Now, God's weaving that thread into a tapestry of victory. Every moment of trust was a stitch, and the pattern is emerging, beautiful and bold. Your story is about to take shape. Think of a warrior sharpening a blade in the dark, preparing for battle. That's been you, chosen one. The sharpening is done, and the fight is won. God's saying you need to hear this because it's time to step into the light, blade gleaming, ready to claim your victory. Your life is like a river, flowing toward a sea you couldn't see. Every twist, every rapid was leading you here. God saying the sea is in sight, vast and full of promise. Dive in, chosen one. The waters are yours to explore. The world might have tried to dim your light, to make you question your worth. But God says you're a star, placed in the heavens to shine. He's clearing the clouds, and your radiance is about to dazzle the world. Stand tall and let your light burn bright. Imagine a seed buried in winter, waiting for spring. You've been patient, trusting the season would change. God's saying spring is here, and your life is about to bloom with colors no one expected. The world's about to see what He's grown in you. You've faced moments where the weight felt too heavy, where giving up seemed close. But every time you chose to stand, you were building a strength that can't be shaken. God's saying, you need to hear this because that strength is about to carry His greatest blessings. Picture a fortress built brick by brick through years of battle. That's your faith, chosen one. It stood against every attack, and now it's unyielding. God's saying the fortress is ready, and it's time to open the gates to His abundance. Your life is like a flame, flickering in the wind but never going out. God's breathing on that flame now, turning it into a fire that warms everyone around you. He's saying, you need to hear this because your warmth is about to change lives. The enemy tried to make you believe your story was small, that your dreams were too big. But God says your story is epic, written across the stars. He's turning the page, and the next chapter is a saga of triumph that will echo through eternity. Think of a kite, tethered but longing to soar. You've been held back, but never broken. God's cutting the tether now, and you're about to fly higher than you ever imagined. The sky is yours, chosen one. Rise and claim it. Your faith has been like a single note, ringing clear through the noise. Now, God's adding the chorus, the harmony, the full song. He's saying you need to hear this because the music is about to fill the heavens, and it's coming from you. Imagine a dam cracking under pressure, ready to release a flood. That's your life right now. The walls of lack, fear, and doubt are breaking, and God's blessings are about to rush in. Stand ready, chosen one. The flood is yours to embrace. You've walked through seasons where the world tried to silence you, to make you feel unseen. But God says you're a voice He's amplifying. Your words, your presence, your faith, they're about to echo, shaking the ground beneath you. Picture a lantern glowing in a storm, guiding the lost to safety. That's you, chosen one. Your light has never dimmed, and now God's lifting it higher. He's saying you need to hear this because your light is about to guide a generation. Your life is like a scroll, sealed for the right moment. God's breaking the seal now, revealing a story of power, purpose, and promise. Every line was written by Him, and it's time to read what's next. Step into the words, chosen one. They're yours to live. Chosen ones. God's voice is thundering through your spirit, commanding you to hear this now because a divine surge is coursing through your life, ready to shatter every limit you've ever known. This isn't a subtle shift, it's a holy eruption, breaking open the ground beneath you to reveal the treasures He's hidden for this moment. You're not just standing in His presence, you're being propelled into a destiny that burns with purpose. Imagine a volcano, silent for years, now rumbling with power. The pressure's been building, unseen but undeniable. That's your life, chosen one. Every trial, every moment of faith was heat and pressure, preparing you for an eruption of blessings. God saying the time is now, and the overflow is about to change everything. You've carried scars from battles no one else saw, moments where you fought to keep your hope alive. Each wound was a mark of your resilience, a testament to your refusal to break. God saying, you need to hear this, because those scars are turning into stars, shining proof of His work in you, lighting up the path to your purpose. Picture a clock tower, its hands frozen for years, now ticking again. Each second is a step closer to the moment God's planned. You've been waiting, trusting, holding fast. Now, the chimes are about to ring, announcing a new season of victory, provision, and power. Be ready to hear them. Your life is like a tapestry, woven with threads of pain and promise. Each knot, each twist, was part of His design. Now, the full picture is coming into view, and it's breathtaking. God's saying you need to hear this, because the tapestry is ready to be unveiled, showing the world His masterpiece in you. The enemy tried to convince you your dreams were too big, your faith too small. But God says your dreams are His vision, and your faith is a mountain. Every doubt you faced is crumbling under the weight of His truth. You're not just dreaming, you're stepping into His reality. Think of a lighthouse keeper, tending the flame through endless storms. That's been you, keeping your faith burning when the world tried to snuff it out. God's saying you need to hear this because the storm is clearing, and your light is about to guide countless souls to safety. Your journey has been a trek through a desert, each step heavy with thirst. But every moment you pressed on, you were closer to the oasis. God's leading you there now, to waters that refresh and restore. The dry days are over, and abundance is waiting. Imagine a locked vault, holding riches beyond measure. You've been searching, trusting it exists. God saying the combination is yours, and the vault is opening. What's inside isn't just wealth, it's the fullness of His purpose, ready to pour into every part of your life. You've faced moments where the world tried to drown your voice, to make you feel unheard. But God says your voice is a trumpet, ready to herald His truth. He's amplifying it now, and the sound will shake the foundations of doubt. Speak, chosen one, the world's listening. Picture a seedling pushing through frozen ground, defying winter's grip. That's your spirit, breaking through every obstacle to reach the light. God's saying you need to hear this because spring is here, and your growth is about to stun everyone around you. Your faith has been like a single star in a moonless night, guiding you when all else faded. Now, God's filling the sky with constellations, each one a promise coming to life. Your life is about to shine with a brilliance that can't be ignored. Think of a sculptor chiseling a statue from rough stone. Each strike shaped you, even when it hurt. Now, the form is clear, and it's glorious. God's saying you need to hear this because the statue is ready to stand tall, a testament to His artistry in you. Your life is like a river, carving its way through mountains. Every obstacle made it stronger, deeper, more powerful. God's saying the river is reaching the sea now, vast and unstoppable. Dive in, chosen one. The waters are yours to claim. The enemy tried to make you believe your story was over, that your struggles were the end, but God says your story is just beginning, a saga of triumph and grace. He's turning the page, and what's coming will leave the world in awe. Imagine a phoenix, rising from ashes, still warm from the fire. That's you, reborn, ready to soar. God's saying you need to hear this because your wings are spreading, and the sky is waiting. Fly, chosen one, and show the world what He's done. You've walked through moments where the path felt hidden, where doubt tried to blind you. But God was your compass, pointing you true. He's saying the path is clear now, and it leads to a destiny that shines with His glory. Keep walking, you're almost there. Picture a dam, holding back a flood of water, ready to burst. That's your life, chosen one. The pressure's been building, but the release is coming. God's saying, you need to hear this because the floodgates are opening, and His blessings are about to rush in. Your faith has been like a single thread, holding fast through every storm. Now, God's weaving it into a banner of victory, waving high for all to see. Your life is about to proclaim His goodness, loud and clear, to a world that needs to hear it. Think of a warrior, standing firm after a long battle. The scars are there, but so is the strength. That's you, chosen one. God's saying you need to hear this because the war is won, and it's time to claim the peace He's prepared for you. Your life is like a melody, played softly in the dark. Now, God's turning up the volume, letting the world hear the song He's written through you. It's powerful, moving, undeniable. Step into the music, chosen one. It's yours to sing. The world might have tried to box you in, to limit your vision. But God says your vision is His, and it's limitless. He's breaking the walls, and your life is about to expand into places you never thought possible.